Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Vision podcast. I got myself Hector, and I got
Mario. What's up?
And we're gonna be reviewing Ms. Marvel, man. We're
overdue. Long overdue. Listen, bro, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Hector's fault. He's dragging ass.
Yeah, it was my fault.
I finished. I watched it week by week.
Oh,
Hector
damn!
Did. Yeah, I did. I watched it week by week. So I'm just like, I've been waiting on this review, but Hector, life happens, and he wasn't able to watch it week by week.
I literally
finally finished it.
Yeah, I finished it this week.
Yeah, but so he knows the majority of the show, motherfucker. It's been months for me, so he's gonna be carrying this one really.
Yeah, we're not gonna go super in depth, guys. But before I get started, I do wanna let you guys know that we will be talking about spoilers. Our podcast is always about spoilers. It's always about us going in depth and talking about what we feel about certain scenes or, predictions and anything like that. But yeah, you guys can listen to us anywhere on Spotify, Apple, Google, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can follow our socials at Heat Vision Podcast. But yeah, let's get into it, man. So this, honestly, I thought the show was gonna be more. I thought it was gonna be more trash. I'm not gonna lie.
More trash. I mean, I remember when I first saw the trailer.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, this is definitely it's not meant for like adults, right?
Yeah.
And target audience is probably like people
who
are in middle school, high school, even elementary school, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was
like the first trailers that came out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a very. I'm not gonna say kid friendly because it's not. It's meant for younger audiences.
Yeah.
It's not meant for people who want that gory shit, constant action, every scene, dark themes,
It's more like lighthearted.
Lighthearted. It's definitely a more lighthearted show. And a lot of people, when the show came out, I was telling Hector before we started recording, we're saying like this is very much like a Disney Channel show. And if you've seen it, obviously if you listened to it, you probably saw it. I disagree with that. I think this show is more like Everybody Hates Chris type of show, Malcolm in the Middle. It's like that type of show. Like it's that type of show just set in the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
And me, even though I'm not gonna say I was a huge fan of Everybody Hates Chris and Malcolm in the Middle, but I did enjoy those shows. So I did enjoy Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
The show has its strength. The show has its weaknesses. But overall, I enjoyed it. But I've never agreed with this is a Disney Channel show. It's much more higher quality than a Disney Channel show, if you ask me.
Yeah, because when I first saw the trailer, I also was thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh shit, there's gonna be more kiddie and stuff. But honestly, it reminded me, I guess, like what you said. Like it was definitely more friendly and stuff, but it wasn't bad. It was still enjoyable. You know what I mean? The Kamala's the actor was I liked her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think her acting style was dope and shit. What else? Okay. So we're not gonna be talking about every single episode. This is gonna be an overall review for the whole series. But yeah. So the first 3 episodes, Mario, I was definitely into it. Mm-hmm. The first 3 episodes, but then low key, bro, started declining a little bit for me.
Yeah, I in the middle.
Yeah,
is where I lost. No, I'm not gonna say I completely lost interest, but it's where it felt slower to me.
Yeah, and like when she went,
I think she goes to
Pakistan or something.
Pakistan, she goes there and the whole like learning because I'm trying to remember the best. Remember, guys, I haven't seen this show since the day that final episode came out.
No, yeah, I got you.
if I remember correctly, she goes to Pakistan because she has that vision.
Yes, and then their grandma's like, "You got to come over here. Did you see that too?
Here,
the train scene." When she finds that
she goes over to Pakistan. And then you get introduced to a whole new character, like a whole separate group, like the good guys who are on her side.
Oh, the Red Dagger.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot. I know there were a group. I'm like, what the fuck were they called? I don't even remember.
I mean, honestly, they said it was a group, but it was just 2 of them. It was that older dude and then the young guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
But you go over there, and the best, like that whole meeting, those guys, it was for me. I was like, the part where I was like getting interested in is when we got that flashback,
Which one?
The vision. Remember we get to see the vision.
Oh, about Kamala's like great grandmother, like Aisha.
Like that was cool because we were learning about like kind of like an origin story of the
bangle.
Of the bangle, and I was like, oh, this is cool. The whole like other shit like in present time was kind of boring to me, but the whole vision, that part I actually really much enjoyed.
Yeah, but before we get into that, I don't know. I just want to say, I don't know too much about Ms. Marvel in the comic books.
Well, she's newer, right? If
I think she is, bro.
From reviews I saw on the internet, I think she's a newer. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this.
Not super new, but like I think so because I'm not too familiar with her. Like I don't keep up. I think I only know some of her origin, like story. Like I think the first issue of Ms. Marvel, what they did, and obviously her powers. You know, because obviously her real powers in the comic book, she's like stretchy, like Mr. Fantastic, right? And so I thought when I saw the trailers, I thought they were gonna do that. I'm like, oh shit, like she's not gonna have that. She's gonna be throwing fucking ice blocks or whatever the fuck and bouncing on, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, all right. But then we see that she does that stretchy shit mixed with that crystal shit
energy. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, you know, I fuck with that. I like what they did there. But yeah, I think from what her origins, like from the first issue, everything was pretty like spot on. Like the whole. Remember the first episode? She wanted to go to AvengerCon.
Yeah.
She wanted to sing out to a party and stuff like that. Like that was pretty accurate from the first issue. I remember. But yeah, that's all I know. And there's another thing that I know from her, but I want to talk about that at the end of the podcast. Like at the end when we close off. But yeah, this the character is really dope. Oh, and Bruno, fucking you know Bruno the white kid. He in the comic books, I think he's Pakistani too.
Oh, but they made him
white. Yeah, I just want to point that out. But yeah, I thought the whole show was pretty good. It wasn't like amazing. The first 3 episodes, I was hooked. The first episode, I was hooked. I'm like, oh shit, it's a nice vibe. It's okay. And then it started going down for me. I'm like, all right, I'm not really. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like the whole villain. Which was was it Aisha's friend?
It was so Kamala's like love interest's mother. That's who
Kamala's
was the
wait
villain.
Kamala's love interest's mother. Yes.
Yeah.
But who was that? Who was that related to? Was that Aisha's like friend? Like was that a friend of her great grandmother?
I believe so.
And they came from a different world. Remember, they came from a different world that you just can't see. Kind of like the Stranger Things upside down shit.
Upside down, yeah.
So something like that, right? And the whole goal was that they can't use Noor, which is that light power, because they did not come from here. So they need that bangle to like open up like a warp thing, so they could go back home and shit. And that was the whole premise of them. Those people, I forgot what they're called. They were basically chasing them down and whatnot. Eventually, we get a second where they're fighting in Pakistan or whatever with that kid with the red dagger or whatever. And do you remember that scene where she pierces the bangle of Ms. Marvel, and then that's when I think we get the vision of the train shit. And I think that's when opens like the portal, like or like a whatever.
I'm trying my best. I remember seeing the vision. I don't remember her piercing it though.
No, yeah, cause so they're fighting, right? And Kamala like blocks, and then Aisha or whatever, she like stabs it, and it causes like a big rupture, and it causes for the vision, and then it also causes to open up to that secret world, and then the thing is flowing in, and then one of the people that wants to go home is like, we're gonna go home. She gets close to it.
Oh,
she gets close to it, then it immediately gets shattered.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And then we're like, yo, what the fuck? You gotta close this right now. We're all gonna die. And then the mother finally like sacrifices herself. But then while she's sacrificing herself, she says her son's name, which is what? Karam maybe? I forgot the dude's name. That dude's name that like Miss Marvel's low-key like feeling with. And you could tell Bruno jealous.
Yeah.
You see that shit?
Yeah.
I was like, dang, bro, Bruno jealous as hell. But anyways, so that happens, and then while she's dying for touching that shit, because they get turned into crystal and they get into skulls or whatever, she then like says her kid's name and transfers that power to him, right? And then they finally it's closed off or whatever. Then the next villain, the next big thing is that son, where he has the same powers as Kamala. And then they're at the school. Remember their school and shit. The FBI or whatever is getting after their ass and all that shit. And I thought, I don't know, honestly, bro, that whole scene, I was like, alright. Like I didn't really think too much of it, bro.
The leader of like that FBI group didn't feel legit to me.
No.
Like I get it. They're in the show. They're supposed to be FBI agents, but to me, I'm just like I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it felt When it came to those two, I don't know. The acting didn't really sell it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like I couldn't. Me as a viewer, I couldn't buy into that. 'Cause it was a chick and some dude, right? They were like the two leaders. I don't. It felt just really cringy to me. Not cringy. I shouldn't say it. It just felt very. Like I'm just like this is not good acting in my opinion. Like, not good acting job.
I mean, I didn't feel that way. What I did feel is sometimes the CGI was weird.
No, the CGI was definitely. Whenever Kamala had to like use her actual power,
sometimes it looked weird.
It looked weird, and
like they didn't have the budget or something.
No, it's not. I don't think it's budget. I don't know if you ever see on Twitter. I was gonna say this and then follow up what I'm about to say right now. I think the reason why the CGI kind of looks bad in these shows and sometimes even in the movies. Obviously, it's more rare if it's in the movies.
Yeah.
But it's because there were articles that come out where the people who do visual effects who work for Marvel, they hate working with them.
Oh shit.
Because they're constantly changing the scene.
Yeah.
And they give them like fucking impossible deadlines.
Yeah, so they're just like
they're over fucking working them. It's kind of like crunch time for video games.
Yeah.
Where like crunch time when we're forcing you to do this.
It's fucking terrible, bro.
And that's why sometimes CGI looks bad. It's because Marvel fucking is forcing them to fucking change scenes all the time. Where it's like, let's say they have a scene, they made it. The show comes out in 2 months. I'm like, hey, you know that scene you did like 5 months ago? We need you to change that completely and not do this instead. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, we're 2 months away from release. You want us to change this fucking scene already? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? And they're like, whoa, you got to do it. We're paying you. What the fuck, right? But it's like one of those things where like the money ain't worth it because they're a terrible client. And apparently companies who don't want to work for Marvel or what have and don't want to work anymore, Marvel apparently like blacklist them. Yeah, I could be completely wrong, but I know for a fact.
It seems about right because low key the CGI was kind of sometimes it looked weird.
Yeah, it's because bro they're overworked.
Well, like I had to pause it sometimes. I was like, and I had to rewind it. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like I never, like, I've seen better than this.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. CGI can be 10 times better. I've seen good CGI, but I think it surely is because since I read these articles, it all makes sense to me why it's bad. I'm like, oh my god, they were probably overworked. Like who knows, like. What the conditions were when they were making that scene right there. So I don't want to. I'm not holding it against the visual effects designers. I'm not holding it against them. I'm holding it against Marvel because at the end of the day, Marvel's the one that's giving them these deadlines. And I don't know. It sucks that the CGI is like that, but
it wasn't all the time though.
No, I know it wasn't all the time.
It was just some.
It's just like sometimes it was questionable.
Yeah. And then I guess basically the ending was basically the agents or whatever were hunting down Kamala and that son that inherited that power in the school.
Yeah, that's it, school.
And then Kamala makes the plan and whatever. Everyone there, her brother's there. The fucking Zoe, where she saved in the beginning. Yeah, that she got famous for, like on TikTok. They showed a bunch of TikToks on that show. Whatever. Yeah. They showed a bunch of TikToks or whatever. But anyway, so like that's how it ends, and eventually, she helps that guy that has the same powers. Or I forgot his fucking name. She helps him escape and meet up with that boy with the red dagger over there in Pakistan. And that's pretty much it. It ends like that. Like the agents, like they said, all right, we got to leave, whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, and obviously the family finally knows that it's her.
Yeah. The family finally. Oh my god. Because this whole time, the whole story between Kamala and the parents is like the parents seem very anti-hero.
Yeah.
Right, and they're like, why are you supporting them? Like blah blah blah. I forgot why they think like that, but they think like that. But at the end, when they find out that Kamala's the reason, she's a hero, quote unquote, and they eventually accept her, obviously. But that was pretty much the whole relationship between them two. Yeah,
it was definitely a coming of age story, bro. That I really enjoyed the culture and I really enjoyed everything, and I guess the reason why is because it's kind of similar to us, bro. For you guys not listening, man, if you guys can't tell, bro, fucking by the name Hector and Mario, we're fucking Mexican.
Yeah.
Right. So, and how Mexican parents are that way too.
Yeah.
They could be very strict. They can always want the best for you. They want you to always be safe. Or sometimes when you feel too self-conscious telling them what you actually want to do because you're afraid to be judged, and that's what happened in the show. And, like, you could see that. You know what I mean? Because your parents want you to be one thing, but you don't. Like, so I guess we could relate with that. more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why I liked him. Like, dang, like, because when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, that's facts, man. I see, man. I'm like, I know how you feel, but you know what I mean? Like, I know how you feel, man.
I know it. Yeah.
So I thought that was, I really did enjoy that. And then we get, and then the whole Starlight, when she's kind of trying to help throughout the show, she's trying to come up with her name and shit. Her name was like Starlight or something, or Night. No, it was Nightlight.
Nightlight.
Yeah, it's Nightlight. I swear to God.
Yeah. I remember.
And then finally, their parents know and stuff, and they finally, her mom finally makes her a suit and everything. Then the dad is like out there, like there's a scene, I think it's the last episode, where Kamala's about to leave with her suit on, I think, and like on top of a roof. Then the dad comes out and they have a conversation.
Yeah.
And then he explains how Kamala, or he says a part of a word like Kamal or something like that. That means marvelous, something like that. And then they just name it Kamala, meaning marvelous. And then she's like, "Am I related to Carol Danvers?" Like, because my name has Marvel in it. So I guess, and then that's how they show that that's how they got her. That's how she got her name, by Miss Marvel. And yeah, and I thought it was, like I said, man, the first 2 episodes were my favorite. The third one was good, but then it was going slightly downhill where I wasn't really like caring. Like I was just like, all right, it's whatever. I wasn't really caring too much, but I do like the coming of age. It's a typical coming of age story. The culture, I like the culture. The whole style, how it is. It gets like a mix of like a Nickelodeon movie. Or like a Disney movie, or like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's just like a vibe. It's just like a I don't know how to explain it, bro.
Well, I say for me, it feels like, Everybody Hates Chris, Malcolm in the Middle type of show, just set in.
Yeah, but it's definitely more flashy though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more flashy,
more cartoony,
that's the vibe it always gives me. It's like, it's that just set in the MCU.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Which me. I like. Like from the trailer, I thought I was gonna be like, oh shit.
Yeah, from the trailer, it definitely changed. It definitely proved me wrong from what I saw in the trailer. Yeah. I really thought this was gonna be very like directed towards like middle schoolers.
Oh,
but I'm just like, no, anybody can watch this, obviously. But like I say, it's very much that vibe that I get from it. I don't really think it's a Disney Channel movie. Like, imagine, I guess you can see, only thing that can make it better or more understanding is like, imagine those shows, but if those shows had a movie. Or yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, and I actually liked it though.
I enjoyed it. All right,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it was just like the plot, like the whole villain and stuff. Like I didn't give a fuck that the boy was now a villain and shit. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just didn't give a fuck, bro. I was like, all right, like I'm kind of getting over this. I kind of wanted more. I don't know how to explain it, man. I kind of wanted more out of it, but overall it was pretty good. And then at the end credit scenes, the first one is that we find out that Bruno was doing more research about the Noor light and her and shit like that, and her ancestors, the Jinn or whatever the fuck. And he comes out and says, "You're not like the rest. You gotta like have different genes," or like some bullshit. And I'm like, and when I saw that, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what the fuck? I paused that shit. I'm like, what? Like, and what happens there is he's hinting that she might be a mutant. Because she has different genes. She's like, you have a different gene or something. Because, the mutant, the X gene. And I'm like, that's very interesting. Because this is the thing that I mentioned before that I want to save at like near the end or whatever. Is that Miss Marvel is not a mutant in the comic books. She's inhuman. She's an Eternal, like inhuman, that type of body. That's that type of body, that type of human, whatever. And so the fact that they're making her, or hinting, I guess, making her a mutant in the MCU, I think it's kind of interesting. I'm like, how are they? I just wonder how that's gonna connect. And that was the big reveal. That was like, whoa, like X-Men finally coming type shit, right? And then the final end credit, we see Ms. Marvel, putting on her suit and everything. Then all of a sudden her bang goes like glowing.
It goes crazy.
And then all of a sudden she transforms into Carol Danvers. She's Captain fucking Marvel. And then she's looking around the room. She's looking at the poster. She's like, shit. Or I forgot what she says. And then she runs off. And that was it. Black screen. Yeah. And right there, I'm confused because obviously I don't know. She didn't. she didn't transform into her. What I think that's actually Captain Marvel. Like that's actually her. But I'm curious, like how the fuck did she get there? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Do you remember that scene?
No, I remember that scene.
Actually, tell me, what did you think about the Jean shit and then the Captain Marvel shit?
Well, when he said the whole Jean shit, you know how I played that music?
Yeah. The old the X-Men.
Yeah, I didn't know
shit.
that was the old X-Men music until I went on Twitter later and someone said like, "Oh my God, these are X-Men." I'm like, "Oh, so that's what it means." Because I knew they were talking about the X-Men when they said it, but the music kind of confirmed it for me. When I saw that tweet, I was like, "Oh, okay, so they're for sure doing X-Men." And I was like, "Oh, how the fuck are they gonna do that?" But then the actual cutscene came by, and I was like, I was just confused. I was like, wait, how the fuck is this possible?
Yeah,
I was like, this is confusing as shit to me,
I
dog.
don't know, man.
That's I just know. I'm like, is that her? Is that Carol Danvers or is it Kamala? Like, what the fuck happened? Because I know, isn't there a character in the X-Men where like where they can like change bodies or something? Or am I wrong? I could be thinking of something. Another completely different superhero.
Oh, you're thinking of what's her fucking name? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. She mutates. Yeah, she morphs. Oh no, what's her name? Morph. I forgot her name. Let me look.
But I thought I was like maybe she has that power, but now I'm like I don't know. I was thinking a bunch of bullshit, but I'm like none of them would be logic in my mind or make sense in my mind. I rather should say, but I don't know. I was just confused because I'm just like, all right, where's this heading? And I'm just like,
I think the character's just called Morph, bro. Morph, like literally morph. Where they morph into different people or some shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know,
confusion,
man.
Confusion
forgot,
was
man.
what I really was feeling when I saw that cutscene.
Yeah, I forgot, bro. It's been so long since I've been reading comic books, bro. Like years. So, but I was confused too. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But clearly, we're gonna know what happens with the Marvels. Mm-hmm. Which who the fuck's gonna be in there?
Kamala,
Captain.
I think Kamala's gonna.
No,
be
yeah,
in there.
them. I know it's them too, but who else?
It's someone else. I forgot who.
Did they say?
No, there's a third character in that one. I'm pretty sure. I forgot who.
Huh. Because I wonder if they said. No. But yeah, I mean, if you guys, I would say that I can't. You know what, bro? I might. No, never mind. That's a stretch. I was gonna say I think I liked it better than Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
No, but
I think I enjoyed Moon Knight more than this, just because of preference.
Yeah, I think so. I don't. Yeah, it was just a good show, man. It was just not. It was not solid. Really. It was solid show. It was not super bad or anything like that.
It definitely proved my expectations wrong.
Yeah, definitely. And then they did everything perfectly, like the origin story. They explained everything, how she got her name. They basically set her origin for the MCU. I think it was a good use of the 6 episodes. The only issue that I had was that the whole villain shit was like kind of like going downhill for me. I was like, all right, I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? But I think that was the only issue, bro, honestly. And yeah, we're not gonna go super in depth with this one, guys. We apologize just because it's been so old already. We've been lacking. Mario fucking doesn't remember too much and stuff.
I don't know, bro.
But yeah, I think I think that's all I have to say for it, bro. I think, you know what I mean? You have anything else?
No, I mean I do have more shit, but it's not really regarding Miss Marvel. It's just more just like but at the time we should see at what point we're recording this. Like you'll get because I want to say a bunch of shit.
Like, what are you saying, man?
Like we're recording this when She-Hulk is coming out, right?
Yeah.
So like just keep that in mind when it comes to like why I don't remember anything. But
no,
also
fair.
I have other opinions, but I just can't say it because I only saw, I think it was like the first 3-4 episodes of She-Hulk. I forgot because right now, guys, I'm honest with you, She-Hulk ain't doing it for me. Right, so like we're not gonna be doing like a week by week
we're on what
review.
the 7th episode. Or
I
6?
honestly don't know. I dropped it like I think a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it when everything's out, so I could just binge watch it.
All I'm going to say is, because I had to let this out, I think right now Marvel is really more about quantity over quality. And I think it's been like that for a little bit, but I've noticed it now and with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So I just want to give that. Obviously, I can't go into details about why I feel that way and why I noticed it in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
But I mean, you'll get it once all of
fair,
She-Hulk
bro.
is out and Hector's watched it. Because that's the only way I'm gonna fucking watch She-Hulk is when everything's out and I can just get it out of the way. I don't want to wait week by week for this thing. But yeah, man, I think Marvel is just stuck in this like machine cycle where it's like just pumping shit out every couple months. You know, a show here, a show finishes in 6 weeks. All right, movie. After that, another show. Finish that forever, how fucking long it is. All right, another movie. All right, 2 shows, then a movie, or 2 movies in a row, and then a movie. And then a show.
I think what they're doing for them introducing new characters, they're doing shows.
Yeah,
but characters already established, they're doing movies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
What's the next movie coming out?
Black Panther.
That one's. I heard
that's the next movie.
That one's Batman length.
Oh
it's
yeah,
almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I heard. Good, bro. I want to see what the fuck's going on. Like who
because
the fuck is
they're gonna have to do all that. They have to explain a lot of shit.
Yeah, bro. I want to see what the fuck. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't fuck that up. But yeah, I mean,
isn't that next month? That's next month, bro.
November. It's in November. Yeah.
Yeah, we're recording this like the first day of October.
Yeah, first day. This month is the next. I mean, the next movies I want to watch for this month is Black Adam. Black Adam's this month.
I mean, I have Star Wars shit I have to watch this month.
And
I mean, we don't talk about Star Wars a lot.
Not yet.
But I might as well give my 2 cents about the Andor. I've been enjoying the fuck out of Andor. I think we have we have a gem. We have a hitter. 4 episodes came out.
Don't worry. We'll make
it. Don't feel like a Disney Plus show, and I fucking love it. And I told this to Thiele. For you guys who don't know, Thiele's my cousin. And I told Thiele, I'm like, bro, Obi-Wan was mid as fuck for me. Watch. I had such high expectations for Obi-Wan, and it kind of let me down. And no one in the world gave a shit about Andor. I'm telling you this right now. You saw what Javier said. He said he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Watch Andor be a hit. Motherfucker is a hit. I fucking called it. I'm just like, watch. No one was giving. Everybody was caring about Obi-Wan. No one gave a fuck about Andor.
Damn, bro.
And watch it be the reverse where like Andor's a hit. And I'm like, bro, 4 episodes deep, I fucking loving every single one of them. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about Andor. I know we don't talk about Star Wars a lot because Hector has only seen A New Hope, and we need to fix that, bro. We need to make you watch everything.
No, yeah, we'll definitely review the Star Wars movies and stuff. We'll definitely go back to that. We'll do that when we have nothing to review. Honestly, when we're just. You know what I mean? Because there is a period of time when there's not movies that come out that we're interested in that we want to watch.
There's just times like we only upload. Like we're not gonna review every fucking movie. We review what we're interested in. Because that's just who we are right now. Like keep in mind, like I work full time. Hector works. Like we only have 2 days, 1 day out of the week to record this shit. So we don't. I mean, if this ever becomes to a point where we can make like a living out of it, then maybe we review everything. Maybe we do that.
Yeah, but for right now, we're just doing what we're interested in. So I think the next big movies that are coming out that I want to do is Black Adam and Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Which that's another thing that we got to do before that movie comes out. Halloween. We want to review
I have to rewatch
the OG Halloween. The Halloween,
that first,
the 2018 Halloween,
that was low-key fire,
and then Halloween Kills.
Motherfucker, we saw that one, dude. That one was funny.
We gotta say that. So stay tuned, guys. It's fucking, and not only that, guys. Listen, stay tuned. It's fucking 1st of October, bruh. All right, we're bringing out spooky ass fucking movies. The next review is gonna be Barbarian. The next one's gonna be.
Are you gonna upload this one first?
I'm gonna upload this one first.
All right.
The next movie's gonna be Barbarian. The next one's gonna be Smile.
That shit was a hitter.
Yeah, the next one's gonna be Smile. We're actually gonna go watch it today, and then, like I said, we're gonna do the Halloween movies. And you know what, bro? I feel like we should do. I was gonna say we should do that, like maybe for theme, like months or whatever. Not months, but like the holidays, we'll watch specific movies. But now that I think about it, you could only do that with horror, because on Christmas, what the fuck we finna do? Review Christmas movies? The fuck? Like, nah.
The same when it comes to
no, yeah, movies. I think horror. You know, we'll do. I don't know. We'll do like Spooktember or some shit. Or what is it? Spooktober or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so stay tuned with that, guys. Next review's gonna be a Barbarian. We're gonna do Smile, the Halloween movies. Not all of them, just the OG, the very first one, and then
timeline for the movies.
Yeah, and then the other 3 movies, the 2018 one, and then Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, and then Black Adam, and then after that, I think that's it. The next one is November, which is Black Panther.
Yeah, there's a couple movies coming out in November. I think there's an anime movie I'm gonna watch in November.
All right, yeah, we're just going on a tangent now, but yeah.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
So stay.
I guess we should give our score for Marvel.
So stay tuned for that, guys. But yeah, Mario, go ahead. Like
overall thoughts,
series,
and my opinions on Miss Marvel. Overall, like I said, from when I first saw the trailer, it completely just proved me wrong. I really thought this show was not gonna. I thought this show was gonna be what She-Hulk is right now for me. I honestly thought that, and it completely just blew that out of the park. Like, I was completely proved wrong. This show is a very solid show.
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah,
you know, I think the strongest points of this show were in the beginning. That middle part, it got slower for me, but it still kept my interest. And at the end, you know, I think it's a very typical Marvel ending when it comes to TV shows. Where like they have the big fight, and then they have the cutscenes and shit. I'm like, all right, the beginning of this show was a strong point. Kamala, the actor, I think she did a great job. I think she honestly is meant for this. Like,
she's very likable.
I see the what the fuck?
What potential?
Miss Marvel. I see her like I believe like, okay, she's Miss Marvel to me, 110%. But overall, I don't think this is a show where I'm like, oh my fucking god, you need to watch it right now. Like, drop everything. No, I don't think it's that type of show. In fact, no. I think it's the type of show where I would say, like, if you have time, it's worth, like, you know, when you're trying to kill time, watch it. I think it's solid. It's not a complete waste of your time. No. With that being said, I think I would give this probably like a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, solid 7 out of 10.
You're a fucking bitch, bro. What? That's what I was gonna say. I swear to God, I thought you were gonna go 8.
No, I would have to have something where I'm like, oh, I'm really passionate. With me, I think it's solid, bro. It has its pros and it has its cons with me.
Yeah, I mean, everything with Mario said, guys, I agree. It's a fucking 7, man. It's definitely a 7. But yeah,
that shit is completely different when it comes to She-Hulk. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, we'll get to that, guys. Don't worry.
The show's not finished, but when I saw, bro.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for listening, man. Remember, you guys can find us anywhere, man. Just get our social at Heat Vision Podcast. Listen to us on any platform. But yeah, guys, with that being said, remember, don't let your past haunt you guys. Take it easy.